you see this piece of paper right here, this blank, ordinary, everyday piece of paper. Look at how thin this is. That is the paper thin plot to a cheesy. Now, there are two definitions of the word cheese. There's the big cheese, which comes from, I think, what is that, an Indonesian word or something? No, so the cheese that is this. Now, like cheesy, and it's now this. So it also describes how raw deal is. And it's got the line. His trigger has all the answers. Okay, you have Arnold. You have Schwarzenegger in an undershirt and that thing that goes pew pew pew. Schwarzenegger is best in this classic action smash that pits a suspended FBI agent against the mob. Once he's in, he can't get out, and when a gorgeous mole is paid off to betray him, he becomes trapped in a deadly game where loyalty means nothing. There's only one person he can trust. Prepare to take no prisoners. Nobody gives him a raw deal. Well, okay. You know exactly what the heck you're getting when you're watching this. You're getting a film that's got the action, that's got him trying to infiltrate the Chicago mob and find a mole. This is standard 1980s action fare, and you get some goods, and you get some talk of one mob boss trying to take out the other, trying to discover who the mole is, and it's fine. This movie is fine. Okay. It's some of it. Okay, John Irvin has been known for directing great action like Hamburger Hill, which I want to review. So it did kind of make Arnold a better actor, you know, giving him more lines and making him deal with, like, talking like, you know, the mafia and politics and stuff like that. So it was from less of the brainless action to at least understanding more of internal corruption, and at the very least just, you know, obviously with his accent he's still trying to, it gives him his signature touch, but at the same time it adds a little bit more credence to the overall cadence of this movie, if you will. I mean, it's 106 minutes, so it's obviously fine. You know, we get some decent action. We get the beginning where he's trying to chase someone on a motorcycle, and he's got another vehicle. So we get some like back and forth action. We get him dealing with the with his boss, you know, trying to get himself reinstated. So the action is all right. You know, gets decent drama. It's not bad, but you're just here for some carnage, you're here for some destruction, you're here for some defenestration to throw someone through a window, and you know exactly what you're getting. Let's just say this. Of course, you know, you get some of the cheesiness about it, like in the beginning where he's at a bar that's got some crooked stuff going on. You know, it's like he's trying to gamble. Lo and behold, they notice that the gambling table is tilted. So what does he do? Wearing a suit, he grabs a tow truck that manages to operate it and just goes through and just demolishes part of the scene. Part of it, you know, I'm just like, what the heck? So that was pretty funny to see. You know, usually he'd be wearing like a t-shirt or an undershirt, but nope, he's in a suit, which was pretty funny. We get a shootout here and there, you know, whatever. But at the end, you know, we get the big climax. We get where he's going to go and infiltrate everything, and he's got enough weapons to cause a shootout that's just magnificent. You know, taking down a lot of people, going after the bad guys and everything. You know, eliminating some guards. All the while was he trying to rescue a female? I don't remember. But, you know, obviously you get the big sets, you get the jump cuts, you get ascending ladders, descending ladders, and meanwhile he's trying to save a police chief and a woman. And at the very end, you know, it's like saying, hey, I'm trying to get in touch, and, you know, everything else just comes together. It's all the plot points that you know. So, John Irving knows what to do. It feels like a proper climax with all the big fight, with all the big firepower, with all the sets and all the one-liners, especially when he's talking to his wife at the beginning. It's an alcoholic. She says, "Don't ever, don't ever bake and get drunk," which I found to be kind of funny. So yeah, I don't know. This movie's fine. You know exactly what you're getting. It's cheesy. You know what? You could do a whole heck of a lot. It's like I said, it's cheesy, and the plot is freaking paper thin. But you know what? Raw deal. You know what you're getting.